Hi guys, this is Zach from Watches on You, and today we are going to be taking a look at a very special piece. This is the IWC Portugieser Annual Calendar. So now, let's take this down to the table so you guys can get a closer look at it. Okay guys, here's the watch in greater detail, and right away here I'm going to go over its 44.2 millimeter stainless steel case. Now, as you can see that this is a dress watch, and not a lot of dress watches actually use stainless steel cases as it's thought to be lesser. But I think a stainless steel case is actually a great option for a dress watch as it lowers the price of the overall watch, allowing you to get a higher complication for a lower price, which I really like. And for that reason, I like how IWC made this model in a stainless steel case, as it really, for an annual calendar done in an extremely well finished way, this watch retails at $20,000. That is a great price, as again, it's finished in an extremely nice way, but since it has this stainless steel case, that lowers the price quite a bit so that you can still get that fantastic complication without having to spend a gold case watch price. So the finishing on the case is done very, very well. You can see brushing on the sides right here and here, and then there's polishing on the top of the lugs and also on the back of the case. Now this gives it a very nice classy look, and I really do love the contrast between the brushing and the polishing. Looks very, very nice. It also, on the bezel, you can see it is a curved bezel, and that is polished as well to give it a more dressy look. So moving on to the dial. Now, the dial is a beautiful deep blue dial, sunray dial, and it looks very, very nice. I really do love it. And the subdials that are included are one for the power reserve, and this is a staggering 7-day power reserve, so you could wear this watch 1 day a week and it would be totally set and you never have to wind it. That's a great option, as dress watches aren't worn very frequently by most people, so if you have this, that would be absolutely great, as you usually don't wear your dress watches on the weekends or anything. That'd be great. Now the other subdial is just a running seconds. There's really nothing special about that, but it's a nice thing to have, as there you can still see the second hands, when a lot of dress watches will drop that out, but that is a great option, as a lot of people like to know what seconds are, and I certainly do as well. Now up towards the 12 o'clock area, you can see that's with it. Basically everything with the annual calendar function is housed. You can see you have the month, the date, and then the day of the week. Now, what an annual calendar actually is it is a watch that can, a watch that knows the amount of days in each month. So that way you won't have to reset your date if there's a month that doesn't have 31 days in it, because the watch already knows that that month has a set number of days. Now, the one thing where it will mess up is on a leap year, so you will have to set it roughly every 3 or 4 years. But other than that, you really don't have to reset your annual calendar, which is great, as that can sometimes be a hassle. So now I'll move on to a wrist shot. So, being that this watch is 44 millimeters, it is definitely one of the larger dress watches out there, and on the wrist it looks pretty large. It has a 14.9 millimeter thickness as well, so it's not the thinnest piece, but honestly, for an annual calendar, that will increase the thickness of the movement, and it still looks great. I mean, you could wear this with a suit. I have a 7-inch wrist, so it is above average wrist and size, and does look pretty big. So, I mean, if you do have a smaller wrist, I'd say this will be a bit too big for you. But IWC is known for their bigger watches, and their dress watches tend to be big as well. So I still like this piece, as the value that it offers at the price point it's at, I think is still very, very good, and I like it a lot because of that. So I wouldn't really put this down because of its size, but that is definitely one thing to consider when purchasing it, and I would for sure come and look at one in person if you are going to buy one. So now I'm going to talk about the movement. So the movement is one of IWC's brand new in-house movements. It's the 52850 caliber, and it is an automatic self-winding perpetual calendar movement, and it's actually visible through the case back. Now you can see that's absolutely beautiful. It's almost skeletonized in a way in the case back. You can see how they cut some holes through the top plate, so you can see those beautiful dual barrels there, giving it its 7-day power reserve. And you can also see those black pieces right there. And then now what that actually is IWC on their new movements has included some ceramic pieces, which can be more durable in certain ways than normal stainless steel, and that just brings up the amount of the advanced function of this movement. Now you can also see the beautiful balance wheel right there. You can see some perlage there, and you see IWC's beautiful circular Côte de Genève on the main plate there, and also on the rotor you can see just it's got that beautiful symbol in the center that says Probus Scafuja, which is on all of their Portugieser models, and it looks absolutely fantastic. So overall, this is a great watch for this is a great option for an annual calendar. It is a little large, but being that it has a stainless steel case, which puts it at the $20,000 price mark, I think it actually is a very, very good option, as you can't really get an annual calendar for this price. I mean, you could get, say, a Rolex Skydweller or something, but that's not going to look as dressy as, I'd say, this piece. And also, this piece, I'd say, is a little bit higher up on the echelon of watches there. And, like, if you were to get this piece and, say, from Patek Philippe, an annual calendar, it would be orders of magnitude more expensive than this. So, thank you for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.